this is our 10th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been doing a 10-question segment. Okay. So if you don't mind, just fill in the blank. Sure. Only you will know if you're telling us the truth or not. Okay. You ready? Okay. So here we go. 10 questions.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Well, thank you. 10 questions with Mr. Belding. Right. Here we go. Question number 1. My hero growing up was?
Oh, my dad. Without a doubt. Hands down. Still is. Okay. Yeah.
Easy. See, it's just easy stuff. True. Question number 2. If not for acting, I would have been a?
Basketball player. I had 2 dreams, to be an actor or to be a basketball player. Hoops. I made it one day on the University of Tennessee freshman team. They kept 6 walk-ons through this most unbelievable workout of my life. And the next day they cut 2 of us. And then I went down to Chattanooga and made that team, University of Tennessee Chattanooga. And from there I went into the acting side of the school. Now, was Mears the coach at Tennessee at that time? Yeah, he was, as a matter of fact. Stu Aberdeen was the freshman coach who went on to have an amazing career at Marshall. He passed away a bunch of years ago. But, yeah, it was pretty cool to have made it for a night and be down at Stokely on the floor. And, look, that's pretty amazing stuff.
Very cool. Okay, question number 3. 10 questions with Dennis Haskins, Mr. Belding, whatever you want to call him. Question number 3. My favorite musician or band is?
Oh, well, listen, I was in the music business for 10 years. I road managed the tour with Greg Allman, so Greg is right up there. I remember, I go back to the Woodstock era. I loved Richie Havens doing "Here Comes the Sun." Here comes the sun. But I've gotten to hang out with Alice Cooper. Coop he's a big supporter of charities, and he had an event for a bunch of years in Scottsdale that we would go in for. So I'm really lucky. Charles Barkley's a friend of mine. I got to meet Tiger and Michael Jordan. Well, it's funny because people they watch the show. It's LeBron. I say hi to LeBron. Hey, Mr. Belding, I like the guy. I'm glad he got that monkey off his back. So anyway.
Okay, so question number, I think we're on question number 4. My favorite movie of all time.
Ooh, you know what I watch over and over and over? Groundhog Day.
Really?
Just like the movie. Because I really like Bill Murray. I think Bill Murray's a really good actor. And for some reason, I just find myself watching that movie over and over and over. I like the other movie he did with Scarlett Johansson, which was in Japan. I can't think of the name of it. Anybody know the name of that movie? No, they don't know. Lost in Translation. Yes. Yeah. Wow. Lost in Translation. Okay. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, 10 questions, Mr. Belding. Next question, number 5, is, and I don't want you to be biased on this, so besides Saved by the Bell, favorite TV show?
Ooh. Well, everybody loved MASH, and I've gotten to meet and know Jamie Farr, who was Klinger on that show. I got to work on The West Wing. That was a pretty cool show. I think in terms of the ones I worked on, my favorite shows, man, there's a lot of them, like the dramas. I know, what? I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. What I watch is sports or like an MSNBC or a CNN or something like that.
You watching the Olympics much?
Yes. Yeah. I know Lindsey Vonn. How crazy is that? I know Lindsey Vonn, who's like the best skier ever in the history of the American ski, and maybe in the world. So yeah, and she's tweeting about the Summer Olympics, and you got these kids, they're 15 years old, that are handling pressures like adults, which is unbelievable. And then who's the Michael Phelps? Yeah. All time, and he's like, he knows he's on the downside, but he's still one of the best in the world. His downside is better than anybody else's upside. Yeah, exactly. How about the fact that they kicked out the badminton teams, even though it's an accepted practice to bag a game so you get a better seed, it wasn't in the spirit of the games. Now that's what the Olympics are really about.
Yeah, exactly. Question number 6, of the Saved by the Bell characters, I am most like, or was most like?
I think Mr. Belding was a Zach. Okay. I think that's why he knows what Zach's up to all the time. If you notice in the opening credits, Mr. Belding is on KKTY when he was in high school as the Big Bopper. So I think that, Emily's like nodding her head. She knows every episode. I think Mr. Belding was most like Zach. I'm pretty much like Mr. Belding. I like to have fun, but when it's time to get serious, I'll do that too.
So question number 7, 10 questions. Mr. Belding, Dennis Haskins.
I'm surprised to get 10 questions.
I know. It took us all day to figure these out, and the interns had to do this.
Okay.
Okay, number 7. My favorite school subject was.
Well, I had a great teacher. I went to a Catholic school, so there was a nun, Sister Mary Jane Francis, who taught my dad math. I really liked her, so I kind of liked math, but I think recess was a pretty good subject. I liked that a lot. English, I like, even in college, I did a lot of with Shakespeare and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Question number 8. We know you're a big sports fan, but your favorite sports team is?
Ooh. I have to be careful because I don't really have a favorite team. Like I said, I know a bunch of the guys. So my buddy Rick Honeycutt's the pitching coach from the Dodgers, and we're from the same hometown. He's from Lakeview, Georgia, actually, but right next to Chattanooga. So I don't really have a favorite team. I've gotten to see some great teams. I was at Game 6 when Michael Jordan hit that shot. This one. When he left it. Yeah. For the 5th championship for the Bulls. I was there, second row baseline, right? Because I did a show that people loved. I got blessed to get to go do some amazing things, So that was a pretty amazing team, that Bulls team, and Karl Malone, John Stockton, and John Hornacek. And on the other side, you got Pippen, and you got Dennis Rodman, and you got, was Harper on that team too? Ron Harper, yeah, and Michael Jordan, of course. Michael Jordan, the last 2 minutes of that game, elevated himself above the rest of the court. And there were some amazing players on that floor. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Question number 9. We're almost there.
Wait. I just got to talk to Dr. J. I did a thing for the ESPYs. I'm not trying to name drop, but because I was amazed. And I've done the ESPY golf event connected to the ESPYs because it supports Jimmy Valvano's Don't Give Up, Don't Ever Give Up.
Oh, very
and it's
cool.
got a V, and I've worn this every day for like 10 years for cancer research. But I had never really summoned the courage to talk to Dr. J. But he's like, he was before Magic and before Michael and before LeBron, before they were all doing it, he did it first. So I actually got to tell him, I said, listen, Doc, I got to play with you a couple of years. I was on a show. He goes, well, I know the show. Really? I said, well, you're the man. You're the guy, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, he goes, thanks for the props. And by the way, that's a pretty good show. How about that?
Very cool.
I know. I had to share that.
That's very cool. Question number 9. So if my message to someone who wants to get into acting or entertainment is?
If there's anything else you'd rather do that, because it's really difficult. But if you really want to do it, try it, because if you don't try it, you'll never know. And you have to follow your dreams. You have to at least try it, and who knows? I wasn't the best in my class, but I wanted it more than some of the other students in my class. So it's all about passion and desire. Find what your passion is and pursue that.
Very cool. Question number 10, we're at the end, and you've smoked through this. Now, this one might be a tricky one because as you alluded to, you've dropped a few names.
A trick question at the end.
It is. I wanted to make it hard on you.
All right.
So question number 10, the one person in history I'd like to meet is, and they could be living or dead. Yeah, I'm not going to be picky.
I got to play Thomas Jefferson in a local production of 1776. I think I'd like to meet him. There's something about, or maybe find out who the unknown soldier is in the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Wouldn't that be cool? If you ever get a chance to go to Arlington, Virginia and see the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, it is one of the most reverential, I get chills now thinking about it, amazing things. It's not about military. It's about respect. It's about honor. It's about pride. Everybody in that corps has to live up to a certain standard. And if they don't, they get their name taken off. I mean, for the rest of their lives, they can't curse. They can't smoke. They can't drink. There's all these things that they agree to do for the rest of their lives to be part of that corps. It's an amazing thing.
Very cool. Well, an amazing thing for us here at CommunityAmerica Ballpark is that Dennis Haskins, Mr. Belding, is here tonight, here on this Thursday. So if you're watching this after Thursday, you missed it. You're too late. So thank you so much for being out here tonight.
See you next year.
Thanks for watching.